There are two orders, two prevailing systems of order. Well, not order. Two prevailing modes of ways in which humans operate. There is the mode of incentive. This is everything having to do with just pursuing instinct, pleasure, comfort, satisfying appetites, right? Some would say hedonic. Hedonism comes out of this mode of operating. And then there's the mode of discipline. This would be almost every philosophy, not a philosophy, almost every religion, almost every social technology, because I'm trying to figure out a term that's broader than religion. Any kind of social, because political systems fall into this, legal systems, religions. These are social technologies that operate under the mode of discipline. And discipline, fundamentally, the premise of discipline, of the mode of discipline, is you forego satisfying the appetites of now for reward later on. Now, religion takes that at a metaphysical level and says you can forego pleasure your entire physical life and you'll be rewarded with many virgins, right, in heaven. Or whatever your brand of religion is, making some kind of promise like that. Like, you forego the things here on earth, you'll be rewarded after you die. There are many versions of this, right? And within religion, outside of religion, our entire capitalistic system is actually, capitalism in and of itself is kind of a hybrid of the two. It's a system, at least in its purest form, the free market capitalist system in its purest form, which doesn't exist anywhere, is a system that rewards discipline, but it rewards you here in this life. So if you can go through life in a manner that is disciplined and much more calculated and less instinctual, you may see rewards in this life in the form of money, property, things like that. Now, there is a third mode, believe it or not, and it is the least popular, and it is the one that I essentially advocate for. And that is the mode of philosophy. Most philosophy in and of itself is a third wheel in this human civilizational construct. And it's a wheel that is very underserved and underused, and it's there kind of tucked away in a corner, squeaking away. Its little annoying little voice. It's not getting any oil, despite all the squeaking it's making. And what is this mode? What is this mode about? Because we got the mode of instinct and pleasure seeking, hedonism. I want it now. I'm thirsty, I'm going to drink. I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. I'm horny, I'm going to fuck. Right? I want, I'm going to take. That is on the extreme, right? And then on the opposite extreme is the mode of discipline. I'm going to forego satisfying my pleasure because it's going to benefit me in the long term. This applies to all sorts of disciplines. Like, for example, being athletic, doing exercise. You're going to go not only forego pleasure, you're going to undergo pain. You're going to undergo pain because it's going to pay off dividends in the long run. What's the ironic thing about the mode of discipline is that it's actually promising you pleasure later. So it's the same. It's basically the mode of discipline is hedonism with a delay. It's making you the same promise that the hedonic life is giving you, but it's saying, listen, it's going to be much better because if you forego this stuff now, you'll get a lot more of it later. That tends to be kind of the angle that the mode of discipline takes to try to get the human psyche to go along with that idea. Philosophy, however, neither of these two likes philosophy. Neither of these two likes philosophy. Because philosophy is not really in either of these camps. Philosophy is really just interested in looking at things like they are. And essentially is postulating this. It's observing that human beings are largely operating in an automatic fashion. That humans would like to believe they have free will and agency, but if you look at their behaviors, they really just resemble an intelligent animal. There's nothing about them that seems to be truly agentic in the way they behave, because they're operating on evolutionary pressures, they're operating on traumas, they're operating on the impressions, the psychological impressions that the world puts in them, or the brainwashing that the propagandists put in their brains. That the philosopher looks at humans and says they're not behaving authentically at all. And so philosophy often has been sort of the precursor to the field of psychology. Many of the most prominent psychoanalysts had a profound philosophical underpinning to their work. And the reason being that fundamentally what philosophy is doing is introspection. Philosophy is trying to peel away the layers of bullshit in the human mind, because it believes that if you were to know yourself, if you were to truly dissect yourself and your own character, only then could you navigate the world with agency. In a way, philosophy is the attempt to find free will, or to create free will in the individual. And it believes that the only way to get there is to peel away at the skins and the layers of BS that we are hiding, that our true self is hiding underneath of. Now, it's basically a mode that dismantles the other two. Because as I mentioned, the mode of discipline is fundamentally based on the mode of pleasure. And the mode of pleasure is fundamentally bound by our biology, by our just instinctual animalistic tendencies. And philosophy is basically trying to elevate us to be above an animal. That's what it's trying to do. Religion claims to be doing that. But by essentially promising us the pleasures after this life. But I don't like that approach. It feels dishonest to me and also impractical, because I would much rather pursue a mode that is going to help me in this life, that is going to help me navigate this life in a manner that I feel good about. My goal in life is to die with a smile on my face. But I can't die with a smile on my face. I can't greet death with a smile unless I feel like I was truly the one who lived my life. Imagine being on your deathbed and in that moment realizing, wow, I never made a single decision in my life. I never made a choice. I was always living in a state of reactivity. I was always doing what others wanted me to do, either by directly telling me or by me just wanting to please others. There are so many ways in which we live just unconsciously every day, doing everything totally unconsciously. But the only way to get there, to a place where you can be conscious, fully conscious, is to peel away at the layers. Now, it's quite possible that it's not possible, that this third wheel, it could be complete folly, because I believe that if you peel enough layers, this happened to me where I peeled enough layers where there was almost nothing there, not even me. And I had to put layers back on. I had to put some bullshit back on to this emptiness for there to even be a terrain. It's like you peel an onion enough, you eventually just, there's no onion left. There's nothing left. So it's hard to find the balance. I think perhaps all three modes need to be present in an equal amount. And definitely the mode of philosophy is being starved with the way things are moving. And so I'm doing whatever I can with my tiny little voice to breathe a little bit of life into that flame. Curious what you think, what mode you tend to operate in, and what you've learned in your journey. Please share it in the comments. We've gained 20 subscribers, not from my videos, but from the short clips I've been posting. So maybe we can keep that momentum and grow this little hub of knowledge and wisdom and truth seeking. Thanks for watching.